Title: My wife texted at 4 a.m. Something came up. Relax, I'll explain soon. I said, no need to explain. Stay with him, you're single now. 20 minutes later, start was 4:03 a.m. when my phone lit up on the nightstand. The message glowed like a confession in the dark. Something came up. Relax, I'll explain soon. I stared at those words longer than I should have. Her tone was casual, too casual for the time, too composed for someone who just had something come up. I typed back slowly, deliberately. No need to explain. Stay with him, you're single now. Then I put the phone face down. 20 minutes later, the doorbell started ringing like a siren, over and over. Her sobs were muffled through the wood. My chest was calm. My hand didn't move. I watched the security feed. She was barefoot, mascara running, a cardigan half slipped off her shoulder. Her phone clutched in her hand, trembling. That night wasn't when I lost my wife. It was when I stopped pretending I still had one. 5 years of marriage, 8 years together. She was my quiet, my peace after storms I never told anyone about. We met when I was fixing her car battery in a parking lot. She said she liked that I didn't ask for her number. I said I didn't need to. She'd find a reason to come back. And she did. We built something simple. Dinners at home, laughter over burnt toast, late-night drives just to clear the noise. She used to fall asleep on my chest mid-conversation. I thought that was love. Maybe it was. Until the conversation stopped halfway and didn't resume. It started small. Her new perfume, her phone always face down, and the way she smiled at her texts, not like laughter, but like someone being seen. I told myself not to turn paranoid. Love deserves trust, but trust without proof is just blindness dressed as loyalty. The night she said she was working late again, I followed her. No confrontation, no emotion, just quiet observation. She wasn't at work. She was outside a cafe, laughing with someone I knew, her old colleague, Ryan. The kind of man who thinks compliments are currency. I watched from across the street. She leaned in. He touched her hand. She didn't pull away. I didn't move. I didn't rage. I memorized the moment, the angle, the lie. Pain is a strange teacher. It teaches precision. I started gathering, not grieving. Every lie recorded, every text backed up. A camera installed in her car's dashboard, disguised as a charger. GPS tracker under the passenger seat. Bank statements mirrored to a private account she didn't know existed. 3 months of silence from me. 3 months of pretending I didn't notice her distance. I became the man she underestimated. The kind who listens while building the quiet storm behind his eyes. When she texted him, "He's so distracted lately, I think he knows." I smiled. She wasn't wrong. I knew. I just hadn't decided when to act. Revenge is not about rage. It's about rhythm. And I planned every beat like a song she'd regret dancing to. First, I transferred the deed of the house into my name alone. She never noticed. Then I closed the joint savings, moved the funds to a trust with her signature forged from a document she'd already signed months ago. Next, I scheduled a private investigator to deliver a report to my lawyer, not me. I wanted distance, legality, precision. All that remained was timing. I waited for her birthday, the night she'd expect affection, the night she'd believe she was safe. Dinner was quiet. She was glowing, maybe from guilt, maybe from the thrill of deception. She mentioned Ryan twice, casually, like testing the air. I didn't flinch. After dessert, I handed her a small box. Inside was a single key. She looked up, confused. "It's for your new apartment," I said softly. "You'll need it after tonight." She laughed, until she saw my eyes. Then I showed her the photos, the texts, the GPS logs, the video from her own car. Her lips trembled. Her voice cracked into apologies. She reached for me, but I stepped back. "I don't need to hear it," I said. "You've already said enough to him." Then, calmly, I slid an envelope across the table. Divorce papers. Signed, dated, legally binding. I'd filed weeks ago. All that was missing was her reaction. She collapsed into tears, begging, swearing it was just emotional, that nothing physical ever happened. But I'd seen enough to know that betrayal doesn't need a bed to exist, just opportunity and choice. When her text came that night, something came up, I knew what it meant. It meant she'd chosen to lie again. So I let her. And when she came running back, eyes swollen, face streaked with guilt and regret, I didn't open the door. I watched her crumble through the screen. She screamed my name, saying it wasn't what I thought. Maybe she believed that. Maybe she needed to. But my silence said everything she refused to hear. She moved out 2 days later. Ryan lost his job after his wife got the same photos I sent anonymously. A small act of symmetry. Legally, everything was clean. Financially, she left with nothing but clothes and her memories. I didn't ruin her. I simply removed myself, and the world adjusted her accordingly. Months later, I heard she was seeing a therapist. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't anything. People ask if I'd take her back if she truly changed. The answer's simple. You don't re-enter a house that burned you just because the ashes cooled. That night, 4:03 a.m., was my rebirth. The man she betrayed died quietly, phone in hand. The man who survived learned that forgiveness doesn't mean return, it means release. She taught me that trust is not a gift, it's collateral, and she lost it forever. When I think of her now, I don't feel hate, just clarity. And sometimes, when my phone buzzes late at night, I still glance at it, not with longing, but with satisfaction. Because the best revenge I ever had was peace.